Hello and welcome to part 2 of my DIY t-shirt tutorial. I had to break up the video into 2 parts because I felt like it was going to end up being forever long, like me talking forever. Plus I came up with the Kyoshi Warriors, like the eye makeup, like a wearable makeup by myself. So I figured that I'd show you guys how I did that. Ow, my knee. I'm okay. Let's get to it. For the Kyoshi Warriors, I saw that like her outfit wraps around the neckline there. I found a tutorial by Fashion Wizardry, which I've linked down in the description box. I used her tutorial for this video and it definitely really helped me in figuring out what I was going to do with this shirt. I also wanted to make this shirt a little more summery, so I like the idea of cutting up the shoulder for the shirt. For this project, you will need fabric scissors, straight pins, a needle, preferably a thread that matches the color of the shirt that you have, and you will also need a marking chalk, pencil, or marker, or just something to mark where you'll be cutting. Let's get started. Okay, so now we're on to our second t-shirt design. I'm going to be honest that I had no idea how I wanted to start, but as I said, I wanted to make a cold shoulder on the right side of the shirt. So what I did was I folded the t-shirt in half, I guess hot dog style if you will, and I knew that I wanted the cut to start from the center of the shirt, so I marked it with a pin. I picked up the shirt from that point and marked it with the pin through the back of the shirt, making sure it went through both sides of the shirt. That way you can still see it on the front of the shirt, as you can see here. And that's what I used to mark where I was going to cut because I didn't have a marking chalk. And now I just flipped it upside down so I could see it better. And I took the pin out from the front of the shirt, still leaving it in the back of the shirt. And I cut down the center of the shirt and then all the way down across to the sleeve. I'd say it was probably about like a half inch down. And then you just cut out the entire front of the shirt, making sure to stay really close to the collar line. I was a little freaked because this is how it turned out. It's the cold shoulder that I wanted. Like, you know, I kind of wish that it was a little more higher up here, but that's okay. And then the back. This is what the back looks like. I'm going to cut off this fabric in the back of the shirt. If you can't see up there, that's gonna be gone, just so it can look like a clean swoop like all around. I'm also gonna try to clean up these lines to make them nice and neat and not look like this. And we're gonna fix this shirt because I love this shirt and I don't care what anyone says, it's going to look great. So now we're going to fix up the part that I said needs to be cut. I'm just going to finish up that line in the back all the way up to the collar. We're also going to clean up the lines around the cold shoulder just to make it nice and straight. And now we can start on our wrap shirt. I'm just following the tutorial. I have it linked in the description box, as I said, but basically what she said to do was to mark off where you wanted the ties to start, like how far you wanted it to reach up. So I just measured it against myself off camera, and then I stuck a pin a little above my belly button. At first I thought it was a little bit too low, but it ended up being just kind of perfect. So now I'm just measuring just to make sure that the pin is the absolute center of the shirt. And it's okay to add a little bit of math here and there just to make sure it is straight and the absolute center of the shirt. I also measured it horizontally and the shirt came over to like 22 inches, so 11 inches was the perfect middle point to start cutting it. And then you just cut directly down that line. Next, you go to the sides of the shirt and you cut up the sides of them, up until the point of the pin. Please ignore my hair. I've been like trying this shirt on and then taking it off, so my hair's a little messy. And my shirt didn't have a seam on the side seams, but if your shirt does, make sure to cut off the seams because you don't want the shirt to be bulky at all. And now flip your ties up we want to make sure that the ties lay flat. So cut the inner corners of them just to make sure that they lay completely flat. So now we're going to cut the back of the shirt. I just cut a little longer than I wanted it to be because I didn't want it to be too short in the back. It's always better to cut it a little longer than a little shorter because obviously you can't add more fabric, but you can always take away more if you cut too little. So after you're done cutting the fabric, make sure you're keeping the back piece because we're going to need it for the rest of the shirt. You're going to want to cut off the bottom seam of that back piece. You're also going to cut off the bottom seams of the front of the shirt where the ties are. And this is because you don't want your ties to be bulky at all. Remember the back of the shirt that I told you to keep? So now you're going to fold it in half and cut it down the center. And we're going to use that piece to create longer ties. And now all you have to do is use a little needle and thread. You lay the shirt pieces vertically and you're going to sew the ties together. There shouldn't be any excess fabric. My shirt pieces, the back of the shirt that I cut was a little smaller than the front pieces of the shirt. So make sure it's nice and even. And now I'm just going to sew the pieces together off camera. And I'll show you how they look. Okay, so I got really excited and I'm just filming this after the fact, but this is the finished ties that I sewed together. And then here at the top, I wanted to make it less baggy, so I just folded the shirt like where the excess fabric was hanging, and I sewed a straight line directly, and you'll see it at the front right there. And then I connected it up to the top of the shirt to secure the fold in place. And this is the final shirt. I'm in my bathroom and I'm going to show you how I do my makeup. I already have like the base on, I've got concealer, I've got foundation, I did my eyebrows, I have chapstick on, I have breakouts, but you know, it's totally fine. So you're gonna prime your eyes with an eye primer. I used, you probably can't see it, this is Urban Decay's eyeshadow primer potion. And you're gonna wanna get the primer all over your lid because we need a smooth canvas that the eyeshadow is going to cling onto. You are going to take some Scotch tape and you're going to put them on the corner of your eyes. This is how you're going to get that perfect angular look. I put it right as my my eye corner goes up. So I put it right here. I'm using the Through My Eyes palette from ColourPop. And what I like to do is I like to shade with Misbehave. We're also going to be using Lumineux and Euphoric. Okay, we're going to take Misbehave. That is going to be our base color. But make sure that you're also going in between Misbehave and Uoma. Such a beautiful dual color. Okay, so I'm going to start with this eye. Stay as close to the line as possible, and you don't want the eyeshadow to go past your eyebrow. Take an angled brush. We're actually going to dip it into Misbehave and try to really flesh out this wing here. Make it nice and straight. And follow the curve of your crease. So you're going to take the same brush, you're going to dip it in some water, dip it in Misbehave, and a little bit of Lumineux. You're now going to create the inner corner of the eye. I'm adding a little bit of Euphoric onto the inner corner. So now I'm gonna go ahead and add some Undefeated from the Milan palette. I like this because it's really sparkly, so it really adds to like give dimension to the look. Usually I never have fallout here, but we're just gonna put some concealer on that later. It'll be fine. I'm gonna add a little bit of loyalty into the inner corner. Blend up right here. Taking it out now. I definitely did not have this much fallout the first time. Gonna use my concealer brush. Okay, I'm gonna add some more red, just to, some more water with an angled brush, and some red just to really define the lines. I'm gonna lock that in with some more shadow. Try using some euphoric. I'm gonna use a blending brush just to really blend out the top corner here. I'm gonna add a little bit of euphoric just above right here where I blended out a little bit. Then take your blending brush, blend out again. And then I'm going to take my Milan palette again. We're going to load up some Fighter. It's like a little nude color. And that's going to go on our brow bone. I'm going to use this AM to PM liner. It's like a gold liner, like a white or gold liner that I put under my eye here. And then eyeliner. So I did a winged liner here, and I also did a little bit of an inner liner on the inside of the eye. Oh, very important, keep it as thin as possible because in the actual, like the actual outfit and makeup, she doesn't have any liner on. I just put it on because I thought that it really, it made the eye pop a little more. So keep it as thin as possible. Make sure when you're doing the bottom of the wing that you're following that line that you made here. So now we're going to add some eyeliner. I mean, God, we already have eyeliner. Now we're going to add mascara. And I just put it on the top lash. I think I'll put a little bit on the bottom lash, but like sparingly. Yeah, now I'm going to apply my false lashes. This really made the look pop. I actually saw this tip on YouTube. I don't know where. I forgot the name of the YouTuber, but she took her lashes like made it a half lash. She cut it in half. And so we're going to apply the half lash on the outer edge, the outer corner of your eye. That way it doesn't look so bulky. It doesn't bring your eye down when you're wearing it. And there it is. This is the finished eye. I'm gonna do the same thing on this eye and I'll see you guys in a second. I'm gonna just dab away the rest of my fallout from under my eyes. I mean, we can use this as blush anyway. I'm gonna contour with my contour stick. You know, wearing a sweater in all these lights was not a good idea. It was so hot right now. So now we're gonna add the highlights. Now we're gonna add blush. I haven't been telling you what products I've been using, and I'm sorry. I've been really focused on trying to make sure this look is symmetrical, because as you can see, being symmetrical is really important since it's so angular. Then I'm going to put some more highlight because I love highlight. And I think that leaves us with lipstick. We have one of two options. I went with just a straight red lip. And because I went with the red lip in the pictures that you're gonna see later, I'm gonna show you the second option right now because I really liked this idea too. And it was the kind of, how do I explain it? I think I'll just do it, that way you can see what I mean. So you could either do like the straight red lip or this thing. What I'm gonna do right now. So you're gonna need concealer and your lipstick of choice. We're gonna use red. So you take the concealer and you dab it on your lips because we don't need our actual lip color right now. So. There you go. And now our lip color is completely neutralized. Then we take the lipstick color. I am using Beauty For Real in the shade Really Red because it's really red. The other red that I have is MAC's Give Me Fever. So I'm gonna put like a little bit on in the center of the lip. So what you're gonna do is take your ring finger and just kind of dab it out. And it gives you a kind of like bitten, like red look. And then I'm going to put a little bit of highlight on the Cupid's bow. Yes, that's the other idea that I had, this kind of like bitten lip idea, which I love this look. Okay, so this is the look, or like I said, you could do the full red lip, and yeah, so that's the makeup look, you guys. It's going to look amazing with your t-shirt. I hope you like it. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. This was really fun. I love this look, and I honestly really love the bitten lip idea. So happy I did this in the tutorial. If you guys enjoyed, please press a like. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys. Bye.